Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our JustNoMil. In today's episode, MIL thinks she's winning because we're moving closer. How do I not feel bitter about my MIL and gifts? I've, temporarily, gone NC with JustNoMil and she wants to come visit. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. MIL thinks she's winning because we're moving closer. We'll be moving to within an hour's drive after being several hundred miles away. Not close enough to just pop in. Not so far away that staying over is a thing. She thinks it's a win for her. She's delighted at the prospect. I know it's a win for me because now she won't come to visit us for 7 to 10 days at a time, 3 times a year. While I'll see her more frequently, I'll spend a lot less time in her company. She forgets that when we lived close-ish before she barely saw us. She'll get it eventually, when we see her for a few hours at a time. Maybe once a month. Maybe. And those visits will mostly be at her house or in public, so I can leave when I want. Probably with other IL family there too, diluting her impact even more. She's not going to be able to invade my space. I won't have to wake up and find her in our kitchen, or find her sprawled across our couch. I almost feel sorry for her. Almost. You are one smart cookie. You've already able to map out your future interactions so that you're the one who is winning. I stand in awe of your planning abilities. Wish I shared them sometimes. This is a definite win for you, and probably the rest of your nuclear family, all the way around. Congrats. No keys for her. You have found the perfect distance to live. Just be aware that as she ages, she may not like night driving, or pretend it's a problem, and want to spend the night. Just plan evening visits to her place, and make her visits to you in daylight hours. We'll always go to hers. We only plan on a snug wee house, just right for me, DH and our dog. Maybe one more dog, and a cat. Her house and garden tend to be the entertaining place as she can accommodate family from a bit further afield. I'd hate to take up space that her son, other DL and grandkids need. This improved my life and relationship with Mil so much. She was visiting for a week at a time every few months and driving me crazy. They then moved to our town and now I only see her once a month, or less, for a few hours. Perfect. I think they called it the Goldilocks zone in Everyone Loves Raymond. The zone where it's close enough that they don't want to stay over, but far enough away that they'll have to call you first before coming over. That is a win, especially if she is lazy. Now to think about how often and how much information to give her about school events. How do I not feel bitter about my MIL and gifts? I love giving gifts. They're usually handmade, heartfelt, personalized, specific to the person, etc. They usually take a lot of time and effort to make, but I think it's worth it. But my MIL reacts so indifferent that it's taken the joy out of making things for her. My MIL loves jewelry and wears it all the time. I make jewelry and have it in several local stores. I've made her jewelry in the past that caters to her taste, but she takes one look at will just put it aside. I've never seen her wear any of it or look at it for more than a few seconds. So I stopped making jewelry for her and decided to only buy things for the next holiday. My husband and I were at a craft market and we found a painting of Caribbean dancers. My MIL is from Puerto Rico and used to dance. My husband got emotional looking at it because it reminded him of his mom. Gift time came. She unwrapped it, glanced at it, and put it down. I had to pick it back up and explain the story behind it. The last time I went to their house, I saw it stuffed in a corner. She's never ungrateful, just indifferent. It makes it hard to want to get her gifts. I'm starting to feel bitter during gift-giving holidays because of it. Side note, my MIL typically gives people large bags of items from thrift stores and cheap stores like Dollar Tree and Five Below. It's always a bunch of little things, many of which are already broken. I usually give it all away because they're things I've never used or shown interest in before. So I've known from the start that our gift-giving style is very different, and that's okay. It's the indifference when my husband and I give her presents that hurts my feelings a bit. Update. I've read all the replies. Thank you to everyone who responded. I am going to go the route of having my husband purchase gifts or going more generic/general like she does with the gifts she gives. Unfortunately, communicating about gifts with her is more likely to have negative consequences than positive ones. I realize my love language is giving gifts, but her love language is not in receiving gifts. I have a hard time with my relationship with my MIL, and I think gift giving has been a stressor because it's the only part of my love languages that we might find common ground in, but that is not the case. My MIL and I don't have common ground in our love languages, and that's okay. It's time to give gift cards to generic places like Target or Walmart. Either disrespecting your gifts is a way to disrespect you, or she just doesn't care. Either way, stop making the effort. People like this don't suddenly realize how nice you've been to them and change on their own. I have people on my list like this. I go to the Doctors Without Borders website and buy malaria nets, or maternity packs, or stethoscopes as charitable donations in their name. My gift-giving dollars are doing good, and they have to smile and say nice things or look like a heartless monster. Win, win, win. Just get her gift cards from now on and spend your energy on people who appreciate it. I love handmade gifts. I find them thoughtful. I've, temporarily, gone NC with JustNoMil and she wants to come visit. Around 3 months ago, I decided to ask JustNoMil to maintain contact with our family via her son and to stop contacting me. She hasn't seen me and our kids in 4 months. I didn't have a long-term plan. I made this decision in order to lessen the stress during what has been a difficult pregnancy. I was thinking I will eventually decide I'm okay to see her again, maybe once or twice yearly at kids' birthdays. Yesterday, she called my husband asking to come visit. My husband said we'll talk. Her asking to come visit is on brand for her. She's a take charge and take control person who likes to pride herself on solving difficult problems. She also is never the problem. The people who are upset with her have a problem. I don't know what their problem is, what's gotten into them. My first instinct was to say that she may come visit, because I don't feel that it's okay to withhold the kids. On the other hand, whenever I think about her visiting, my whole body tenses. Please don't suggest me leaving during her visit. I won't ever have her in my house without me there. Not that she'll do anything now, but she has in the past tried to take control of my home and children, and I've grown fiercely territorial. I'm not stepping out of the way for her. I have a feeling she would love that. I don't think I would have anything other than a hostile attitude and maybe even snarky comments. I wonder if I'll ever be ready to see her again. I'm not sure snarky comments would help my cause. I think she likes it when people mistreat her and have outbursts. On occasion, she's tried to provoke me. I considered taking the kids to see her, but that makes me feel some way I can't describe. She would again be getting everything she wants. Me out of the picture. However, this would be easier to tolerate. Advice, please. I've gotten sound advice here in the past which, along with therapy, helped me grow and work toward what's best for me. Edited to add that according to my husband, and also on brand for her, she's pushing with the guilt and babies herself. Don't you miss me? I miss you so much. Poor granny is so dumb and keeps being silly, etc. I could not contain myself if she starts with that during our visit. DH needs to say, no, this is not a good time for a visit, Mom. Someone that you cannot be around at this time does not sound like someone you are obligated to expose your children to. I would not leave my home to allow her to visit, nor send my children to visit her. Boundaries should be firm and consequences happen for poor behavior. DH could also say, Mom, you and Opie are on a break at the moment. That means no visits. Why would you push this? If you promise not to bring up X, then we can FaceTime with the kids for 15 minutes on X date time. 100% agree with this and would further add you also don't need to be exposing yourself to her while you are pregnant and vulnerable. Husband can go visit her or take her out to lunch alone. You and kids don't need to be there. Husband needs to learn to shut things down. We'll talk about it. Puts the responsibility of the decision solely at your door. You and kids are currently no contact. This is on your terms. You decide when, or indeed if, you wish to resume any contact. Sounds like you're not ready for a visit yet. Just say no this time, and maybe revisit in 6 to 12 months. The stress response is still there. Trust that. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.